Happy Friday. I want to read to you out of the Sermon on the Plain. This is Luke's account of the Sermon on the Mount. I believe that Jesus gave this message many times as he was traveling around during the course of 3 years, sort of a keynote address, and so it gets recorded different times in slightly different versions. In Luke's version, Luke chapter 6, verse 20, says, he lifted up his eyes, this is Jesus, to the disciples and said, quote, "Blessed are you who are poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are you who are hungry, for you shall be satisfied. Blessed are you who weep now, for you shall laugh. Blessed are you when men hate you and when they exclude you and revile you and spurn your name as evil on account of the Son of Man. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For so their fathers did to the prophets." And then we have the sort of the reciprocal, woe to you who are rich, woe to you who are full now, woe to you who laugh now, woe to you when all men speak well of you. So I just wanted to come back. This is sort of a go-to passage for me. I wanted to come back to the idea of eternity. Sherry made a comment the other day, and she said, we need to be living in the present, and we need to be thinking about eternity. We probably need to spend less time worrying about the future. Now, I think Proverbs would suggest we need to make some provisions for the future, and I, of course, doing this whole history thing, I'm very much a fan of looking back in order to look forward and all of that. But I think what she said was exactly right. We need to be focused on the moment. We need to live in the present. But we also need to have an eye on eternity. And this passage here by Jesus makes it clear that, again, Christianity doesn't make any sense always in the present or in the short term. There are times when everything here, blessed are the poor, blessed are who are hungry, blessed are who weep. Now, I think that when we look at what is said in the Sermon on the Mount, there's some slight tweaks we would make to some of this in our understanding. Poor in spirit, blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness, blessed are those who weep because their heart is broken by the things that break the heart of God. But all of this is suggesting that to the extent that life is easy and happy now, we may not be all that happy in heaven. Well, if we're in heaven, we're going to be happy, but we may not be doing this as well as we think. We need to cultivate an eternal perspective. We need to live today in light of eternity. We need to live today in light of the fact that this life is brief. Doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It does, absolutely. This life matters, and we need to work to do all we can to bring the kingdom of God to earth. But I just wanted to encourage you to be cultivating that eternal mindset. Eternity changes everything, and the Christian faith does not make any sense if we're living it only in light of this world. Have a good weekend.